Your brain is the most complex organ in the universe. It weighs about 3 pounds, fits inside your skull, and yet it controls everything you do. Your thoughts, your memories, your emotions, even how you see reality. But here's the fascinating paradox. For everything we've learned about the brain, there's so much more we don't know. And today, we're diving deep into both. The incredible things science has uncovered and the mysteries that still leave experts baffled. Stick with me until the end, because what you'll discover might just change the way you think about, well, thinking. Life isn't just yours, it's everywhere, it's everything, and we're here to explore it all. Be curious and stay curious. Let's start with what we actually know about the brain. And trust me, it's mind-blowing. 1. The brain's structure. First, the basics. The brain is divided into regions. The cerebrum, that's the big, wrinkly part, handles decision-making, reasoning, and voluntary movement. The cerebellum keeps your balance and coordination in check, and the brainstem, that's mission control for survival, breathing, heartbeat, sleep. Then you've got the 4 lobes, frontal, parietal, temporal, and occipital, each with its own job. From processing emotions to storing memories, to letting you see this very video right now. 2. Neurons and synapses. Zoom in closer, and things get even crazier. The brain is around 86 billion neurons, and each can connect to thousands of others. That's trillions of connections, forming the most advanced communication network we know of. These connections, called synapses, are constantly changing. That's the magic of neuroplasticity. 3. Neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity means your brain can rewire itself. Learn a new skill? Practice a habit. Your brain literally reshapes. This is why stroke patients can recover lost abilities, and why adults can still learn languages or instruments. London taxi drivers, for example, have an enlarged hippocampus because they memorize the city's complicated streets. Your brain changes depending on how you use it. 4. Emotions and neurochemistry. Now, what about feelings? Emotions are shaped by the limbic system, a cluster of brain structures like the amygdala and hippocampus. Neurotransmitters like dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin also drive how we feel, from joy to fear to love. It's all chemistry and circuits working together. 5. Language and communication. And let's not forget language. Regions like Broca's area and Wernicke's area let us speak, understand, and connect. Without them, communication as we know it wouldn't exist. 6. Brain imaging. Thanks to technology like fMRI and EEG, we can actually watch the brain in action, seeing which parts light up when you read, solve math, or even imagine the future. So, we've uncovered a lot, but here's where it gets even more fascinating. For every answer, there are 10 new questions. Let's look at what science still can't explain. 1. Consciousness, the hard problem. We can measure brain activity, but how does that activity create your inner world? Why do neurons firing make you feel happiness, sadness, or self-awareness? This is called the hard problem of consciousness, and it's one of science's greatest puzzles. 2. Memory. Memory is another mystery. We know the hippocampus is key, but why do some memories fade while others last forever? Why do traumatic memories stick so vividly? And why can you forget your keys but not your childhood home? 3. Intelligence and creativity. Then there's intelligence and creativity. We can measure IQ. But what is intelligence really? And where does creativity come from? What makes someone invent a symphony or solve a mathematical proof no one else can? 4. Mental health disorders. Depression, schizophrenia, bipolar disorder. They all involve brain chemistry, but we don't fully know why they happen. Treatments exist, but often it's trial and error. Until we understand the brain better, millions struggle without clear answers. 5. Neurodegenerative diseases. Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, ALS. These diseases slowly shut down the brain. We've found clues like amyloid plaques, but we don't know if they're the cause or just symptoms. Curing these diseases is one of humanity's biggest challenges. 6. Dreams and sleep. Why do we sleep? Why do we dream? Some say it's for memory consolidation. Others say it's brain maintenance. but no one really knows. Dreams could just be random, or they could be the brain's way of solving problems. 7. Brain-computer interfaces. And finally, what happens when we merge brains with machines? Projects like Neuralink promise to let us control devices with thought. But can we truly decode a human mind into signals? And what does that mean for privacy, for identity, for humanity itself? So why is the brain still such a mystery? For big reasons. 1. Complexity, trillions of connections. It's beyond anything we've fully mapped. 2. Ethics, you can't just dissect a living brain. 3. Individual variation, every brain is unique, shaped by life experiences. 4. It never stops changing. The brain is dynamic, always rewiring. By the time you've mapped one network, it's already different. But here's the exciting part, the future of neuroscience. AI is helping decode brain scans. Optogenetics lets scientists control neurons with light. Connectomics aims to map the entire wiring diagram of the brain. And neuroethics is growing. As we face tough questions about enhancing or even hacking the human mind, in other words, we're just getting started. So here's the takeaway. The brain is the ultimate paradox. We know it's the source of every thought, invention, and dream. We understand its structure, its wiring, and some of its chemistry. But the biggest questions, consciousness, memory, intelligence, disease are still mysteries. And maybe the wildest part? The same brain we're trying to understand is the very tool we're using to try and understand it. The observer and the observed wrapped into one. If you found this fascinating, imagine what the next 10, 20, 50 years of brain science will reveal. Will we finally crack the code of consciousness? Cure Alzheimer's? Or even merge with machines? I'd love to hear what you think. What brain mystery excites you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed this deep dive into the brain, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more explorations into science and human potential, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss what's next. Thanks for watching. Be curious, stay curious.